came to specially thank the company, your company rather, for coming out with a product which was so cost effective. I mean, I knew about the CNC machine. I have done cutting earlier, but those machines are all beyond my budget. But in a budget, and in a figure which fits my budget or my affordability, and in which I could get my job done, where I could eliminate 6 fitters for the amount of volume of job I had done. If it wasn't for the machine, I would have needed 6 fitters and the connected labor. And those fitters were not available. They're not available in the market. And the rest of the people, the machine was able to discipline them because they realized if they're not there, the machine will do the job. It made a very huge difference. It made a huge difference. The culture of my factory has changed. I had I will say almost 95% attendance since the day the machine came. Because people realized that they have become dispensable. That automatically, I mean, these are all changes which maybe I came at the right day. When you go to sell in a fabrication shop, there used to be a time when I came to Bombay, a welder used to be a Kerala and a fitter, generally speaking, used to be a Maharashtrian. And they were all here for good. Then slowly those 2 categories of people don't exist. Fitter, welder, the entire, almost 90% come from UP-BR side. The psychology is different. In the sense, when they come, they work very hard for 10 months. They necessarily want to do overtime, accumulate as much money as possible. Then they go back. When they go back, they don't think that they should come back here to the same place. After 2 months, again they'll search for a job. They'll sit into a train. Somebody will tell them they're required in Noida. They'll get on, take the Noida train and go. Meaning, they don't look for continuing in the same type of work. So, for companies now, to get a fitter who knows the job is becoming difficult. They give him a drawing, 2 hours he'll be looking at it because he can't read the drawing. He's not a trained fitter. He's a fitter who has learned from the job. So when you give him a drawing, he can't read a drawing. So half the day goes till he finally comes back to the supervisor and says, "Sir, mujhe samajhta nahi." Then the supervisor has to do the job of the marking. In the process, the whole day goes. Whereas 10 of those are cut in 1 hour. The productivity levels can really shoot up with this machine. And not that this is the first time the machine has come out in the world, but at this price. And that made all the difference. In this price, for this machine, I think you've got a real selling point. And every time I speak to Mishra, I ask him, how many you have sold? Because I expect that there must be hundreds of shops like mine, where this machine can be a real asset. All my people, everybody is extremely happy that we have your machine.
Thank you so much.
I came to share that happiness.
So nice. So you can have a customer like him. You can imagine how many machines you can sell.
Yes.
I mean,
yes. It's made a huge difference. Huge difference. Another example is, we make those ducts. Duct where the 90-degree miter is made.
Yeah.
Where it is cut in segments and then welded up.
Right.
It used to be 1 per day. Now I make 1 per hour.
Great.
And seriously, because that marking takes a lot of time.
Yes.
And however well you mark, after cutting, it doesn't fit properly.
Right.
So the welding gaps could be from 0 to 5 mm, 6 mm. Today the fitment is literally 0. So the fitting is 15 minutes. Welding is, with your CO2 machine, it's 45 minutes. In 1 hour, I make a miter, which used to be made 1 per day. It makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference.
This experience of his probably, we can share with people. Many people would benefit because of this. So, I mean, it will help the industry in a big way. That is important.
Definitely. And I had an order for 150 machines identical. And with customers with whom I am dealing for the first time. There is Thermix gave me an order for about 90 machines, and another company from Chennai who gave for 50 machines for the same project, 150 machines. There was a cam, the operation of the machine. This was a bit non-standard, not my typical design. So to try out the cam profile, otherwise each time I have to get one made in laser cutting, bring it, and then cut it out, try it, it doesn't work. You do once, twice, people start getting fed up. Here with this machine, I could keep playing with the cam profile. I must have done about 10 trials.
Yeah.
And the whole thing goes off without any paint. It goes off because it doesn't matter to the people who are working.
Right.
They get a ready-made cut profile. Now try this out. They will try. Whereas if they have to make the profile 10 times, then they get fed up. So this machine, even for an R&D, like developing a product, because you can get the profile cut accurately and without disturbing the shop floor. Otherwise the shop floor has to go through this exercise of trial and error. And they get fed up. After 2-3 they'll say, sir, this is okay. This is okay, and they don't allow you to perfect the product. Whereas here, without the shop floor coming into picture, you can keep on making any number of profiles and keep trying. So the machines came out perfectly. In the first inspection, 150 machines went through.
Very good, very good. Very nice. We are very happy that we are part of it. We were able to add some value to your
not some value. Not some value.
Certainly it is your effort and your thing, your vision which has taken this, but then, we were part of it, and we are very happy, very glad.
I think the first time when we met, I don't know whether you would remember, I told you that your email campaign.
Yes.
I mean, it was like, bombarding. It was like bombarding. And me buying this machine is part of that bombarding. That bombarding. Every day mail used to come. I mean, I read it because it's typically CO2 machine or arc welding which I have. The day when this machine came, I remember I immediately called up whoever was your sales person, and then the minute they told me, sir, it will be a 10-12 lakh range, in that range. That was it. There was no thinking further. Then straight called Mishra, I want to buy the machine. Of course, then our discussions, negotiation took time. But the decision to buy was instant.
Right.
Because at that price, getting the machine, then there's no thinking further. Most, I think, SMEs can afford at this range. It's not big money.
Yes.
One big job, and the machine is covered. So when we are depreciating 100%, I mean, not because of the government rule.
Yeah.
My job can afford. My job itself says, write off 15 lakhs. Otherwise, it was not possible to do this job within the span of 6 months. So the profit from the job itself, I am able to write off the machine. But please, Mishra shouldn't come and ask me to buy another next year.
This requirement will automatically come with your growth.
Growth, yes.
We hope.
Growth, yes. Machine performance, I mean, I did a lot of cutting, right from 2 mm up to 12 mm. Huge amount. I mean, you must have cut parts in thousands. Because when you say 150 machines, each machine there are parts. One machine requiring 8 parts, 8 of the same part. So 150 into 8, like that in thousands we have cut. Except for some teething problems in the beginning. Otherwise, machine did not give us much problems. Service problems, what I have, I'll speak to Mr. Guptaji. But for the value, I think I have done enough cutting and taken up. Only problem which I had, which is still existing, is that with oxyflame, I'm not able to cut.
Not able to cut. Why?
There's taper and accuracy. There is problem.
Okay.
Whereas with the plasma, up to 12 mm, without problems, I was able to cut.
Maybe there we have to only set the parameters. And for thinner, you can't cut with gas. Are you aware?
Yeah.
2,
No,
3
we were
mm.
trying it only from 16 onwards.
No, absolutely no problem. It will be a fantastic cut. There's only a operational problem where you're not able to set the gas. That's it.
So anyway, besides that, there was no much of a problem. It is not 1 year. 1 year is not over, but I think in that 6 months, I have cut, which normally one would cut over a period of 1 year. That much of cutting is done in that 3-4 months.
Right, right.
The machine is good. So
Very
sales people should be able to sell.
Shani, very nice.